back for another day shooting photos in the Seto Naikai. And today I plan to shoot a little bit of film. I have this point and shoot. I'll try to take a few shots with that, of course, alongside with my Sony A7C II with the 28-70 from Sigma. I just had to stop the car to capture a few shots while the light is still low angled. We are past sunrise, of course, but still it looks nice. And we have this beautiful dynamic scene where we can see the bridge in the background. So I'll grab a few shots around here. I should have parked my car a bit further because now it's in the way, but maybe it's adding a little bit of interesting element in this scene. Hopla. I quite like what we have here, like with these little electric appliance, old and abandoned, I mean organized in a way. Here in the foreground we have this road that goes right and goes left at the end. We have the bridge in the background, and basically the only thing I don't like about this scene is like the sun coming from my back, and we have my big shadows here in the foreground, so I might cheat a little bit and get rid of that in post. And when I took the photo I was very lucky, like also a boat was here to fill that little gap right there in the background. So yeah, I'm not too mad about this one. I'll give this scene another film shot, but that's gonna be it. I don't want to waste too much. I think I should go back a little bit more because I'm not too sure about the frame lines on this camera. Here we go. And I'll do another one here with just like the old house appliance in the foreground. There's one part of the bridge in the background, going for a portrait orientation shot, and that way if I do it at 50mm I might get rid of my own shadow in camera, not by cheating in post. So let's grab this one, f9 for plenty of depth of field. I want to get one more frame here that will be vertical, even the size of this pillar on the bridge, and I want a car to come my way here on the road to end up with something that looks like that, except that we would have a car in the frame. I don't know if it's the right way to do photography, especially in this more landscapey context, but I love having no plans because, as you can see behind, I'm still by this bridge, and I had a rough plan of going to these other islands for the whole day, but I didn't target a specific spot to photograph at specific hours of the day. I just decided to come here and see what these islands have to offer, and I might be missing the point and missing better shots by spending too much time here, but yeah, I just love this way of doing discovering, exploring, and just being spontaneous and go with your gut, what feels that is worth photographing and worth spending time, without thinking too much about all the other frames and beautiful scenes I might be missing, because they exist. But yeah, here is pretty nice, I think. The good thing with shooting film alongside digital with a zoom lens is that I can actually check whether the focal length I have here, so 35mm, works for the scene, and I think here it works pretty nice, so I'll grab a frame on film. With the boat in the background. I drove another like maybe 90 seconds, and here I am stopping again. But that's the excitement of discovering a new place. Here we have a pretty obvious one, like vertical here, maybe around 50 or even 70 millimeter, because the bridge in the background is nicely hit by the light coming from the side, so it also creates more 3D pop, which is nice. And everything here in the foreground, like the streets, are like in the shadows, so yeah, it creates a nice bit of contrast. A little closer for something that works better at 35 meter in a like landscape orientation, so I will grab a quick film shot here. I keep taking photos of the same subject, but I should try to look for a bit more variety going forward, but I just can't skip what's looking good. This little shrine in the corner looks pretty nice. I just don't exactly know how to compose it, and the light is hitting this like wall here, so it takes a lot of visual space while it doesn't really reach the shrine, so yeah, a bit tricky. Basically, I stopped here because I saw some people fishing right there, and I thought it could make some nice photos, but I stopped, took way too much photos, and they are gone now. I like what we have here with these little houses that are gently hit by the light, and while everything else is in the shadow, there's like the top of these like bamboo, I guess, also nicely illuminated. So I think I will go for something like 40-50 millimeter. And what I like too is like the leading lines forming like this kind of S. It's like curved, leading your eye to the main subject of the frame. So yeah, let me figure out a way to compose that. And to come back on the idea of like having no plans and keep enough time, enough space for exploration, I want to add that when you find like a nice place, a nice composition that was really unplanned, that you didn't look for on the internet, like the sense of satisfaction and the reward you get is much greater than if you planned everything and if you're sourced like all your itinerary before. Because if you do so, I feel like the day of shooting becomes more like an act of performing, of like sticking to the plan, of maybe having setbacks because things didn't go as planned. And when things go as planned, maybe you're happy, but you already had everything in your head and everything laid out, so there's no space for surprise anymore. And so that's why I like to have very rough plans going into a day of photography. Oh, still have like 20 shots. Have some work to do on that roll of film. Not too sure about this one, but let's give it a go anyway. That's a funny looking little house in the angle. It is heavily backlit and in the shadow, but still I will try grabbing a shot and see what we can do in post to rebalance the exposition. I'm really starting to see things at 28mm for all the wide scenes I'm shooting. I'm mostly at 28, and then when I see something that works better with a long focal length, I jump between 50 and 70. I have no idea where I'm going, but At least I'm getting a workout in because it keeps going up and up. The sun is out and the sweat too. Be happy to live in such place. I mean, it looks so nice and peaceful. Still on the topic of exploration, I forgot my phone. I deliberately left it in the car because I thought I would just walk around the pier like for 10 minutes. And here I am, like climbing a mountain, and I can see this in front of me. I can go the main road going down, or go this little path, and I have no clue where it leads, and I don't have my phone to do some research, so the only way I can find out is just going up that little path. I was hoping it would lead me to some sort of viewpoint, but now it's going down, but maybe it's going up again. Let's see. Not too sure about what this kind of scene will end up looking like on film and to stop overexposed, but the only way to know is trying. That's a pretty lovely scene. Still light coming from the back, but I don't mind. This little scene here is pretty interesting because we have this house that serves as the main subject in the frame, but it is surrounded by the bridge I keep photographing since I arrived here. But here, like, it plays kind of a secondary role, but still it is very important, almost like you're missing the point. Like, why would you take a photo of this house while there is this beautiful bridge in the background? But yeah, I like the balance and this kind of odd feeling we get from this scene, and it is also nicely framed by this like electric pole and wire. So yeah, I thought it worked quite well. The only thing I am worried about this film stock is that it is a bit like Cinestill 800T with this halation around the bright areas. And what happens when you overexpose? Like, you end up with a lot of bright areas, I guess, so a lot of halation. So yeah, I'm a bit scared, a bit worried about that. Given how bright this scene is, with like this sand surface on the ground, very blue sky that is also super bright, you have to overexpose. Like, I put my exposure compensation at +1, and I guess this gives me very nice results, and this will require only minimal editing while still like having all the data both on the highlights and the shadows. Capturing another view on the bridge, but this time through a reflection. Like, there's these two pillars that frame one of the like main pillar of the bridge, and I thought it looked quite good, so I'm at 50mm, composing that in portrait orientation. Be careful to like close the gap and have something that looks somewhat decent. I love like the colors, like there's this orangey kind of highlights here in the foreground, and more blue coming from the blue sky in the reflection. Those islands look pretty cool, so now it's a challenge of like finding the right position so they are separated enough so they are more complementary and that they are coexisting well in the composition. But otherwise, it's pretty simple. I think I'll go for 50mm and maybe a wider shot from the beach with a bit of the beach and the sand in the foreground. But now the problem is that this first little island, there's a bunch of rocks going to the left side and it is blocking the way to the small one in the background. So I am not sure it will work, because if we go left, then they are getting too spread around the frame, and I'm not sure it works nicely, but still, we'll try. So maybe this contrast between a beautiful natural element like this and this huge boat, I don't know, fabricating industry could be interesting. So I will go a bit more on the left side to have those two elements nicely positioned in the frame, and I'll grab one shot. Here the position of the clouds is a bit more aesthetic, so I almost wet my feet there to access this little section, and I will take a few shots while the clouds are still moving. Maybe if they were just a bit more up on the top right corner, it would look even better. But it's already not too bad. Can I go there? Because if I can, this might be another frame that I shoot on film. Let's go right here. I'm not a big fan of the red bridge that also spills out of this stone on the left side, but yeah, that's the only thing I'm not very happy about, and I cannot do much. Here I like this kind of destroyed building on the left side. We have this little storage on the right side, and yet there's a gap, an opening on the other side of the sea, where there are industrial buildings. Works quite well, I guess. I just stopped because I saw some potential with this scene. Wow, looks huge. I will get a film shot 2. I like this previous scene with the truck in the foreground, but here it's even more interesting because there are these cranes popping out from behind this little building. So yeah, I think this looks pretty interesting. I just caught the guy with the Mini. It would have been nice if the Mini was coming my way, but still, I won't complain. This is crazy. Never seen such things from such a close distance. Here I'm happy to have a zoom lens because I can play with longer focal lengths to deliver a different message. Here I am at 70mm and I catch only like the front of the boat just to play with scale and to say that it is such a huge boat that it doesn't fit into a one frame. And yeah, like that's what you can do with different focal lengths, like trying to provoke different feeling and emotions. So here is the last of the 4 like little islands. I actually already shot some photos, the ones with the big boat you saw before probably. But now I am back more in the village, and let's see what we can capture around here. Oh, there is something to do with this scene with like the very simple and white looking building on the left side. We have some greenery. We have this city light that curves like this to frame nicely the pickup truck here on the bottom right corner. So I will grab a vertical shot, actually maybe tighter at 50. That's the kind of scenery I wanted to see when coming to the Satonaika, having a mix of like a residential area to kind of convey the sense of everyday life here, while showing the beautiful view in the background as part of this whole landscape. And I have to say, this scene is really doing what I want. So yeah, I like this. So I thought I would be going all the way to the top by car, but there is 130 meters to hike, so yeah, it's not an entirely lazy hike up there, but look at this. Sure. I'm actually not so used to shoot these kind of condition, like scenic sunsets, but yeah, we'll just wing it, and I guess I will grab 1 or 2 like wide shots. Then there is one like very tight shot I could get here, trying to go with 70mm and the APS-C crop mode, as well as here like a letterbox crop here, just having the layers of mountain could look nice. And yeah, let's just wait a little bit more. I thought with the knowledge about sunrise and sunset, but as you can see, the sun will be rising from this side. This is where it's bright and it's kind of come around here. But what I wanted to capture is like the beach with like this like biggest mountain in the background. And I don't know if there would be like at some point a nice color on top, like to yeah, just to make the shot work. So I have no knowledge, but I have the patience and perseverance. So we'll see how it turns out. So what I thought about like photographing really didn't work out the way I hoped, I mean, I thought, but in the end, like there was so much more to photograph, and I was surprised by like this sunset going through the Tolley Gate, and I mean many other frames I got this morning. So yeah, I think this concludes this video. And thanks a lot for watching. Check out my presets and Lightroom editing course. Thank you for your constant support. Really appreciate it. And see you next time. Bye.